So, first question, how did the band start?
Well, back in 2007, I was 17.
Yeah.
That's like ages ago now. Like, it was our old guitarist, his old band before it was split up, a band called Millicent Grove, and out of that, me, him, and another guy decided to start a band. Got a couple of people together. Weirdly, we used to have, when we started, we had 2 vocalists.
Yeah.
That only lasted about 2 weeks.
What's the reason for that?
The guy, well, I'll tell you, we'll get to that. Our drummer, Ricky, he was on MySpace one day, and this random guy from Denmark said, can anyone in the UK pop me up for a couple of weeks? So this guy moved over, stayed with Ricky, then that guy moved to Nottingham, got into my ex-guitarist's old band. They split up, we started a new band, and then because of this guy, he came together, he brought Ricky and our old guitarist Dave into the band, and that's how it came together. And then the old guy Kenneth ended up sleeping with Ricky's girlfriend and then moved swiftly back to Denmark. So Ricky's a big guy. Big angry guy. Big angry guy.
Alright, cool. What's the first song you guys did?
First song?
Yeah.
Condoning.
Sorry?
It's called Condoning.
Okay. What's the story behind it?
It just happened. Like, we just come together to the practice room, it just happened. Ripped off a couple of Suicide Silence riffs and that was that. There's a blatant Suicide Silence riff as well. I didn't even realise until after we recorded it. We're like, it's a bit similar to that, you know. But, you know, say it a bit.
Who generally writes the songs and what's the sort of inspirations you've got?
Musically, Dave Trees and Lee write a lot of stuff. I mean, we all come. A lot of bands will have one guy that'll write all the work, like, write every song. We're not one of them bands. We're a band that like everyone has to have their input. We're all 5 very strong-minded, very strong-willed guys. And we all want the song. We'll all have an idea, and it'll go. Sometimes we'll have the same idea, sometimes we won't. When we get together in the practice room, we tend to it just happens. You know, like a riff will happen, and then another riff, and another riff, and all of a sudden you've got a full song in like a couple of minutes. Or we'll be stuck on a riff for like 4 hours.
Yeah, I suppose you get more variety when there's more input as well, don't you?
Yeah, you do. But sometimes that can be a detriment because you'll have 5 different ideas, and everyone will sit and bitch at each other and argue, and then you won't get a song made in time. You won't get a song made at all, and then the riff will get binned, and then you make a new one. But yeah, we always get there in the end.
Yeah, that's cool. How did you get noticed?
MySpace back in the day, really. We just added loads of people and did the thing that everyone was doing with MySpace, and it seems to work for us. Played a lot of shows. We did a lot of driving. I remember a particular instance. We all finished work at 7, drove 4 hours to Telford, turned up 30 seconds before we were supposed to be on stage, played, left, drove home another 4 hours, got home at 3, started work at 5. And we do that weekly, every week. And it was savage, but we loved it. We loved it, and we still love it. And that's what we do. That's why we do it, because we love it.
That's the reason you get into it, isn't it?
Yeah.
What musicians do you want to play with long term? Is there any people
Slayer.
you think? I love Slayer.
I'd love to play with Slayer. I don't know. It's a tough question because a lot of the bands that I looked up to when I was 17, I've played with. I mean, without trying to sound like ego about it, but we got the amazing opportunity to play with On Earth the other week. I remember seeing On Earth when I was 14, and we played with them. And it was the weirdest, most surreal show. There was 40 people there to see On Earth, and we saw On Earth smash this 100-cap venue to pieces, and it was incredible. Just seeing bands like that, bands that when I used to go to shows, and when you're little and you think, I'd love to do that, I'd love to be on that stage, and then you're there, you're on that stage, and then they come on after, and you're like, Jesus, I'm still that 14-year-old kid deep down inside.
I can see your passion.
You're still like, God, that was amazing. We all came away from that show they were amazing, incredible, and seeing any band like that. I mean, whether it's Slayer or whether it's Will Haven or any bands big or small that you used to idolise when you're little, seeing them again when you're older and still being that kid inside that you're like, fucking hell, that was amazing. You walk away like, Jesus, well. Like, I think there's too many to mention.
Slayer is that one.
Slayer, I think everyone wants to play with Slayer, don't they? It'd be amazing. Seeing Kirk Hammett in the flesh. I've never seen the Slayer.
No?
I've never seen him, no. I think I want to play with him so I can see.
Okay, cool. What are your goals as a band?
We don't really have any.
Just take the days that come. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, we used to be a band that was like, oh my god, we have to get massive, we have to do this, we have to do that. Now, you just got to take stock of it, man. We kind of had to reassess and like I'm saying, go back to the love of it, without doing it because of anything or doing it for any ulterior motive. We're doing it because we're doing it because we love it.
The right reasons.
Yeah, it's just because it's fun. If you're not having fun, what's the point of doing anything?
Okay. What plans do you have up for an album?
We've got an EP coming out 3rd of September. We just dropped a new video for that a couple of days ago. That's going well. Got a fair few pre-orders in already, and hopefully that'll keep growing.
How many tracks strong is it?
7 tracks. We've already released 2. The bonus tracks, Goldstein and Isolate, are already out. They've been out for quite a while. And we just dropped Vultures, the video, a couple of days ago. And then there's another 4 songs after that they're brand new that nobody's heard before. But it's heavy. I'm really happy with this release. Really happy.
What's your favourite memory from touring so far?
Budapest. We played a show in Southampton. Then we had this machine of a driver, a guy called Steve Smith, he's a legend. We got a little tour video basically just dedicated to how awesome he is. He's like 40-year-old Geordie. Anyway, he drove us 35 hours straight from Southampton all the way to Budapest. And as you drive up to Budapest, you come up to this it's like hill, like a massive verge, huge verge, like must be like 15, 20 miles long. As you come over, then you see the big houses of Parliament, Budapest, the river and the bridges. And as we drove over the cusp of this bridge, this verge, the sun just like hit. It was like something out of a movie, man. It was like, Requiem for a Dream when they're driving and they see the...
I haven't seen the...
Have you not? Oh,
I have to put it on the list now.
You've got it, man. That's an amazing movie to see that. But yeah, and it hit. The sunlight just lifted over. The sun was lifted over. The sky was like bright pink. It was beautiful. And like when you drive 35 hours, nobody slept. There's a driver stood there driving at the wheel, not even looking at the road. He's trying to cry. He's trying to go to sleep. And that happened. And then we drove to the show. We drove to where we were staying, slept, got back in the van, drove to the show, and there's 700 people there to see us. And it was incredible. We've never been to Budapest before. There was a guy come to us when we were there, and he said, my girlfriend, it's so poor. It's so poor. He comes to us and says, his girlfriend bought us a t-shirt, a demo to Hungary 3 years ago. And I vaguely remember posting it out. I remember sending it, because I posted all the merch and stuff. And he had this t-shirt and he had the CD, and he said, can you sign it? I've just come in on the train for 8 hours to come and see you guys. I was like, what the hell? 8 hours just to see us. It was a totally humbling experience to see people like that.
That's amazing, yeah. What's the craziest thing you've gone up to on tour?
Oh, loads, man. On that same tour, we stopped in this guy's house. This guy called Portner. And he had this cellar downstairs called Portner's Bar. Oh my God, I've never been so drunk in my life. No, he just wouldn't stop. He'd be pouring shots and he would just stand there and shout at you until you drank it.
So is he like a fan of your music? Or?
Yeah, he comes to the show, and then we went and stayed at his house. Yeah. And he just kept getting this more and more. So I was honestly to the point where I blacked out. I was walking around and I couldn't see a thing. I was thrown up for about 7 hours. Dave, our guitarist, was literally in the corner crying. It was hilarious. Yeah. So much fun. But no, it's just one of many, man. We've had too many drunken, ridiculous nights.
Yeah, there's always something that stands out, comes to mind. Okay, where's the name derived from?
It's all about just dying for a false cause and just everything you believe in just being shit, just not being worth what you thought it was worth. In like religion, politics, banking, you know, in your job, in your life, your girlfriend, everything, just feeling like just lost, like you haven't got anything left.
A bit deeper. So are you like a deep group? Do you like
politically, we go very into. We used to be very politically charged in the album the one that's been released. Yeah. Now I'm more about lyrically bringing across sort of trying to bring some humanity back in. Like the world's full of apathy, and it shouldn't be like that. And that's what we try and bring across in our music.
It's good to have something deep there.
Yeah, we try.
Because you've got more reason to write inspirations like that. Okay, what's been your biggest challenge as a band so far? You know, how did you overcome it?
Oh God, we like to call ourselves Martyr Defiled because everything just breaks all the time. Yeah. The worst one I think we had, our van broke down in Holland on our way to Amsterdam. We were playing a show just outside. We were driving up there and it broke down. No European breakdown, so we had to get towed to the show, which cost us about €600. Then it cost us, we had to pay someone to come pick us up, pay for their ferry and their petrol and their van and then their hire, which was about €500, and then pay to get back another €200, and then we lost it. Then we didn't get paid from the show. We got paid from the show, but that was only like a couple €100. It just cost so much money. I'm still feeling it. I had to put it on my credit card, and I'm still feeling it. And I'm still paying it off.
That's amazing.
It's horrible. Horrible.
Okay, how are you enjoying Ghost? Were you here yesterday for GhostFest?
No, we played Casinos today,
okay.
and then we drove down. We went to the after party though, Cockpit.
Did you enjoy it?
Levered. I was levered. I was beyond drunk. We stayed at Park Plaza as well. Yeah. Like Pimpin Hotel was amazing. I've not really experienced much. I've literally just walked in the door, set up merch, and walked straight here. But we've been here. We played for like 5 years running, so I'm sure it's going to be amazing again.
So looking forward to today.
Yeah, very much so.
Head of the dog or?
No. Later after we play, I'm going to be getting back on it, but not now.
Yes.
I'll wait for that.
And, any nicknames for each other in the group?
Oh really? I don't know. I think I don't know. We just rip each other constantly, I guess. We don't stick to one for too long.
Whatever bit of banter comes to your mind today. Okay, what's been your favourite live gig you've done? Was it,
probably GhostFest to last year.
How come?
It was incredible. It was just the most humbling experience. Just to see people like the whole. We played Bone Stage this year and see the whole room there, and everyone there watching you, everyone's eyes on you. It's such a humbling experience to play a festival like this size and the main stage as well. It was amazing.
So do you reckon you'll be doing GhostFest in the upcoming years?
Hopefully, if Toy will have us, we're always going to play. We owe him favours.
So you've got to sort of get heart and soul as you've been here the last 5 years. That's good. Any message you'd like to give to the Bring the Noise readers?
Check out the video, check out our EP. And we're self-funding our EP. Everything we're doing right now is all completely self-funded. So if you can help us out, pick up a pre-order, please do. It's only £4 for the on our big hot tub.
Any other last words?
That's it. Thank you.